Welcome to the vlog. Welcome to another day.
At home.
Yeah, as always. Like, we're still quarantining, so we're staying as much as possible at home. But for like the next hour, we'll spend some time outside because the weather is really nice.
Tomorrow it's gonna be even nicer.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll also go outside. So like our highlight at the moment is going outside for an hour, just walking around, because that's all you can do. Everything is closed. You're not allowed to do anything.
Yeah. But it's mostly the same route we take. So maybe today we try something else.
I don't know. I mean, we found like one to the river, which is really nice. So
that we can change it. It's plain to see that we're lost in the ashes. We're lost in the ashes.
Honestly, even if we were just going outside for 1 or 2 hours a day, it just feels amazing. I'm so happy we're still allowed to go outside. There are other countries with a full lockdown, and so far everyone is following the rules to keep distance. The police is patrolling, which is kind of weird. They patrol places they usually would never patrol, like places where a lot of people are at. So yeah, weird times. That's my weekend. It's not that spectacular. There's nothing we can do. We'll just make like an early dinner, maybe drink some wine, watch some Netflix, and that's basically it. So I think today we'll just stick to a simple Q&A, me answering all of your questions. How to send music to playlist curators on Spotify. This is getting harder and harder, but just try to Google for the name of the playlist or Google for companies that offer private playlist promotion, and you'll have to pay for it. You're paying for the place. It makes a little bit of sense because then you got more plays, and the plays are usually legit, so new people discover your music, but you're paying for this, and then maybe the algorithm gets triggered and more people listen to it. So yeah, try it out, but usually it's not worth the money you pay for it. Can you practice DJing just with headphones and no speakers? Yes, definitely, 100%. There are some DJs that mix within the headphones, even on stage, so you have the track that is playing out to everyone on your headphones, and the one you're queuing up on your headphones, you just mix them and then make it for everyone else. But if you can get your hands on speakers, do it. Vanessa's cleaning up and like decorating and flowers, because I mean, we're spending a lot of time here, so just make it look nice. Your thoughts on Capital Bra? That's like a German gangster hip-hop dude. I'm not so into German gangster hip-hop stuff. I love the really old school stuff, semi-deluxe, like way back when hip-hop was still not just about like dissing other people. But in general, like I like the beats. Like there are some good beats out there, and the US hip-hop trap stuff is just a lot better. I don't know, it's like it just has more flow, more coolness to it. Like the German stuff is always a bit cringy, kind of. Any tips how to get gigs for beginner DJs? At the moment, no chance. But once all of this is over, just reach out to your local clubs. Just go there as a guest, talk to them, talk to friends that might know friends, talk to other DJs that might introduce you to the club owner, or give you a chance to play the first half hour. That's how I basically started my DJ career. Just go out there, be active. How long will the current quarantine last in Germany? I don't know, I'm not an expert. I'm not a health virus kind of expert. I'd say we will like feel like the consequences, like the direct ones, that we're not allowed to go outside, keep distance, at least for this entire year. 2020 will be a year that we all want to forget as fast as possible. And until we're at the point where it's like before, like all of the consequences, economically speaking, I would say 2 to 5 years, worldwide speaking, until all borders are open again and everything is normal and you can travel and do like fun stuff. It's just fucked up, let's be honest. But again, do your best, try your best. Take this and turn it into the best possible. What would you do if you woke up one day deaf? Whew, like not being able to hear as a music producer, DJ, that's tough, like really tough. I don't know. I mean, I guess I would still try to make music, not being able to listen to it. I mean, there are these challenges people do where they produce music without listening. And I think if you have the experience and use an analyzer, you can try it. But I don't know if it's something people will enjoy, so it's then just a gimmick. I would just cry and, I don't know, probably continue doing these videos about something else. Where can we see you live? At the moment, nowhere, just on YouTube. There is no other way. What's the difference between a sidechaining with a volume shaper or a compressor? Basically, I would always suggest the volume shaper because you have way more control and you can see what's happening. The big difference, like there are two. First of all, let's say you have like a drum beat where the kick isn't forward to the floor. I would then use a compressor because then the kick triggers the sidechaining and you can place it wherever you want. That's a huge advantage. Like doing it with a volume shaper is a little complicated. And another one is think of parts where the kick isn't playing. So you can have that effect that when the kick isn't playing, all of the instruments are not sidechained. So they're opening up and are playing fully. So yeah, I mean, at the end, you get a very similar result. How's your MacBook 16-inch doing? Are you happy with the new one? Yes, it's my little baby. I love it. I had previously a MacBook 16-inch that had this plop sound coming out of the speakers. I returned it, got a new one. This is just running perfect. I love it. Apple's finally back on track. Hey John, nice haircut. Thanks a lot. Like, this is Vanessa made it and I'm kind of digging it. It's okay. I like it. Maybe from now on, I don't need a hairdresser anymore. Will you do more live streams on YouTube? Yes, I'm just waiting. Like, there's this one song where I got vocals for and I wanted to live stream it every single day. I was expecting to be locked at home and then I would have the time. As long as I'm not fully locked at home and I still can go to the studio, I will spend my time in the studio making music. I'll try to live stream it. The only reason I didn't fully start it yet is I'm still missing the individual parts of the vocals. I should get them next week. The contract, the payment, everything is done. Just waiting for the parts. And then we'll get started. An entire song making live stream from start to finish, every single step. Might get boring, but that's just how music is made. Will you ever make a hip-hop song? I don't know. I mean, I experimented a little with trap beats just for fun, for a friend that is doing rap stuff. But I'm not an expert and it's not my passion, so I'm just sticking to what I like. Which is the best DAW for beginners? It doesn't matter. It's not about the DAW, it's about you, how you use the DAW. And at the end, a DAW is just like an empty shell that you fill with plugins. And I think any producer could switch to any DAW within a few months and get along. It's really not about the DAW. Just pick one that you like, or maybe pick one that a lot of people use so you can find more tutorials on how to use it. I think Cubase, Studio One, Logic, they're like the classic DAWs if you like. Then there's Ableton, which is a little different and a lot geared towards playing live. So for live playing, definitely Ableton. And Logic, like there was a leak. There will be a live playing mode that is very similar to Ableton coming up with the next Logic update. Probably just a couple of weeks away. And then you got, for example, Pro Tools, which is for the big studios for mostly recording. But at the end, all of them can do everything every other DAW can do. So just get the one that looks the coolest and is the cheapest for you to get. Or that maybe a friend is already using. It really doesn't matter. Do you prefer producing pop music or club music? I love both. I don't know. I love the challenge of the popular vocal stuff because it's more songwriting and more like about the melodies. And then I love the club stuff for being raw and just in your face, and it's about make you move and being gritty and more technical. So I like both, really. I can't decide. I don't want to decide. I'll just do both, release it with one artist name and just see what happens. How can I win the giveaway? Just participate. We're doing a giveaway of Dyn audio speakers worth $1,000. So if you're interested, link down below in the description, my Instagram, just go there, check it out, follow, like, and do all of the stuff that is necessary, and you'll have a chance to win it. Have you ever cracked VSTs? No. But I can only say no because he asked about VSTs. I'm using audio units because Logic and like Mac. Yes, I used like for the past, no, let's do it the other way around. For the first 3-4 years of my music production career, everything was cracked, even Logic, because it was like 2,000-3,000 back then. There was no way I could ever afford it. Now, since I make money with the music, I'm paying for all of the stuff, or some companies send it to me for free, which is really nice, but I don't have a single cracked plugin on my computer at the moment, which I think is the way to go. I mean, I can understand everyone that is cracking it when they're starting out and not making any money, but the second, like, it's your main job, I think you should be responsible to pay for it. Because there are people that make these plugins, they also need to live and they need the money to invest in new plugins. If everyone cracks them, there will be no new versions. So if you can, buy the stuff. What are your tips for signing a track to a smaller label? A smaller label, that's already like, I love this question. This is a good one. Because it's not asking about how to sign a track to a big label, how to sign a track to a label. It's asking about how to sign a track to a small label, which is like smart thinking, because that should be your next logical step. You make music, it's probably shit because you just started out, and try to get it first to a small label and like this way gain experience. How to reach out to them? I mean, again, like personal contact if there's anything close to you, and small labels, for example, my label Accents is very small. We listen to every single demo because the label depends on the demos. We can't release music without getting good demos. So I encourage everyone to just send us demos, by the way. It's also linked down below in the description. And just go for it. Small labels, reaching them, very easy. You could even just write them an email. Because let's say Spinnin', they get 1,000 songs a day. My label gets maybe 20 tracks a day. So we're still listening to every single one and reply to every single one. Anyways, I think that's it with the Q&A. Thanks a lot for all of your questions. If you're interested to ask me anything, just leave it down below in the comments or on my Instagram. I'm now, oh, it's ready. I've downloaded GTA 5. I bought a PlayStation. I actually always advise not to game, because gaming is a big time sink. But at the moment, my life is just music producing. That's my job. I do it for 8-10 hours a day. And then there's my free time where I want to do something else, because I can't, like, additionally to doing it as a job, like my hobby also being music production, and have like 12, 14, 15, 16 hours a day music production. That's not good. So to make everything a little like less boring during these times. And I never played GTA 5. Like the last GTA I played was the one where you looked onto the cars from the top. Like the very first or the second one. I also played God of Wars, which was just amazing. If you have a PS4, get God of War. It's so good. And I will probably play a bunch more. But yeah, rest of the day, dinner, GTA 5, maybe some Netflix. If anyone has any game suggestions for me, let me know. Thanks all for watching. Sign out.